the 20th of August, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
All right. Yes, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here. Zoom. This is our second share. We're learning in Hilchos Rosh Hashanah, Siman Tavkuf Pei Aleph. Beginning, I think we're going to be skipping around a bit. Yeah, because actually, I think, well, no, 1 second. Did we had already skipped, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. We are in Tavkuf Pei Hey, Sif Base. Tavkuf Pei Hey, Sif Base. Yeah, we skipped already. That's right. You're jumping back and forth depending. Some things are relevant more closely to Rosh Hashanah itself, so we're going to skip over those and go back to them later as we get back to the schedule here. Yeah. Mayor, would you like to begin reading? We're in, again, Tavkuf Pei Hey, Berura Shofar, in Siman Tavkuf Pei Hey, as I mentioned, Siv Base.
Okay, Pei Hey, Bet. Okay, very good. It says, Kodem sheyitka yivarech lishmoa kol shofar yivarech shechianu. Okay, so before one blows the shofar, okay, he says the blessing lishmoa kol shofar, to listen to the shofar. And vivarech, and then he says the blessing shechianu. Okay. So
Right.
Shmoa shofar, and then shechianu. I think he says it both days too.
Yes, that's right. It'll be both days. It'll be both days. We'll see about taking it. Some take a fruit or a new suit or something like that, just because there are some opinions say that you don't make a shechianu on the second day, but we'll get into that. We'll see about this.
Okay, that I wasn't aware of. Okay, so that okay. So then the Haggah, let's see. It says Ein chiluk ben im yivarech la'atzmo o shekavar yatsa mivarech lahotzi acherim. Okay, so let's see. There is no difference between the one blowing the shofar, says the blessing for himself, or whether he is already Yotze,
Right.
and says the blessing to Yotze others.
Right, exactly. No difference. The bracha is the same whether he's doing it for himself or he's doing it to as a group, and he's making the bracha for a group.
Oh, okay. So the bracha for himself or others. Oh, okay, good. Okay. Afilu hachi atokea mivarek shtei brachot hanizkarot. Okay, so let's see. Even hachi atokea, if the shofar blower blesses the two brachot that are mentioned, I guess, hanizkarot.
Yes, that are mentioned, the two brachas that are mentioned.
Okay. Let's see. Im Efshar Litkoa Bikach V'chein Yachmoch V'yachfoch. I can't. Yachfoch. It looks like Hashomei Lemala Shenemar Allah Elokim Batrua.
Right, the the shofar should be held upward. As it says, Marla, it comes up the in a true. The
Oh,
sounding of
okay.
the shofar goes up with it. Right.
So it should be held upwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess that's so that more people can hear it also.
Practically speaking, you're right. Yeah, that's a practical consideration. True.
Okay. Good. So there's a pasuk, I guess, huh? That Shenemar Allah Elokim B'Trua, oh, that Hashem went up with the Trua,
Right.
I guess the note of the shofar.
Yeah, it was sort of like an elevation that was taking place. Correct.
Okay, so Hashem went up with, okay, Sam. Okay, that's not a pasuk or anything, is it? I don't think so.
I don't think. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Excuse me, ma'am.
I don't have any notes on that.
All right, we'll see if the Mr. Brewer. Okay.
Okay, although it is in quotes, so maybe it is because that should know more. Okay, so
I think. Well, I'll try and when we get, we'll work our way. When we go over it now, I'll pinpoint the pasuk for you, and we'll try and take a look at it.
okay, so let's see. Daled Yivarech Lishmoa. So the one that blesses is the one that blows says the blessing. Okay. Rotzel Omar, that's to say, Shalo Yomar Litkoa B'Shofar. So that Shalo, that he doesn't say Litkoa B'Shofar. Oh, so what
Right.
did we said Lishmoa Kol Show. Oh, okay. Okay, I see the difference. Okay, Delav B'Tikiya Talya Milcha Ella Bishmiyah. So what's that? Delav, that it's not possible. Delav in the blowing. Talya Milta.
The thing is dependent upon it. It's not with the blowing. Meaning when you're looking at the actual mitzvah of the shofar, it's not the blowing is not the actual mitzvah, right?
Mhm.
As it'll explain.
Oh, okay. Okay. But Ella Bishmiyah, but the listening, it looks like.
Oh, that's right. But the listening is the mitzvah. That's the mitzvah. Like as I mentioned many times, sort of a little bit in jest. It's a very easy mitzvah. The listening, all you have to do is listen. Right? The simple mitzvah of shofar is simply to listen. You don't have to do a lot of cleaning for Pesach. You don't have to go out and buy dalet amos. You don't have to do a lot of things. Right? Simply come to shul and listen to the shofar.
Ah. So what's it? Shahareya Tokeya, V'lo Shama Kol Shofar Lo Yatsa. So therefore, the one blowing the shofar, and he doesn't hear the sound of the shofar, is not Yotze.
Right. So let's say a person who's blowing the shofar, right? And for some reason he himself can't hear it, whatever it might be. I mean, let's say he doesn't hear. He doesn't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's for sure. So he would be Yotze. The question, can it be Motzi somebody else? That's another question. But simply blowing the shofar is not what you need to do. You need to listen to the shofar. That's what Hashem requires us to do on Rosh Hashanah,
Okay.
which is a big lesson, because really it's symbolic of what we're supposed to be doing all the time. We're really supposed to be listening to Kadosh Baruch Hu all the time. So this is just one specific mitzvah, which is a mitzvah of simply listening.
Okay. So it says, Kamoshanit Ba'er B'Siman Tavkuf Pei Zayin. So it'll be explained in two more chapters, I guess. Okay. Ayin Sham, look there. Okay. Velo Yomar B'Kol. And what it doesn't, and it doesn't say B'Kol. Okay.
Right. This is a technical, like a grammatical understanding of what you're supposed to do in terms of making the bracha, right?
Right. Okay. Dishma lasot ritzono uvidavad im beirach litkoa shofar.
Okay, so if he made the bracha the 12 bis shofar or al tekir shofar, so or small bikol shofar, yotze, he would be yotze, but it's not what you're supposed to do.
Oh, okay. Oh, al tekiyat shofar. Okay. Oh, lishmoa bechol shofar yatsa. Oh, so if he says any of those wordings, he's still Yotze?
Right, he would be yotze b'di'evet.
Okay. Im natlu shofar be'emtza tekiah. So he took the shofar in the middle of the blowing?
Oh, so this is something else. Now, let's say, right, someone took his shofar in the middle
Or
of the
they
blowing.
took? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
some wise guy came rushing through the Beit Knesset, and he grabbed the guy's shofar. He ran off with it. Look at that. Somebody playing practical jokes on Rosh Hashanah. This guy's in big trouble. And no better day to pick to do a practical joke in the middle of Rosh Hashanah when he's blowing the shofar.
Yeah, really. Wow.
So
Okay. Be'emtza tekiah. Okay. Beviu lo shofar acher. Ein tzarich levarech. Okay, so they bring him another shofar, but he doesn't have to say the blessing over again.
right.
Okay. Let's see. Aval ben bracha l'tchilat hashofar tzarich levarech. But what if he was between the initial bracha of blowing, then he needs to say it again, I guess. He said
Right. So it'll depend when the shofar was grabbed away from him, right? If the shofar was grabbed from him after he had started blowing, so he's blown some, so meaning the bracha that he made was already in some degree fulfilled, right? So then he can get another shofar, or when his shofar comes back, then he can continue on without a new bracha. But if he made a bracha and then the shofar was stolen from him, taken from him, then he has to, when it comes back or he gets another shofar, have to remake the bracha because the original bracha he made was never fulfilled on anything.
Uh-huh.
That's understood, right? Yeah, that's clear, right?
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Shekivar Yatza v'chule. Although he already is exempt. Okay. From Acharonim Ha'alu D'Ve'ofen Zeh Shekivar Yatza Tokea B'atzmo. Tov Yoter She'ivarchu Hashomim B'atzmam Shtei Habrachot. Okay, so even if he already is Yotze, blowing the shofar for himself, what is still better that he says the blessing for the listeners, for them, both the two brachot.
Right. So, meaning, Rodim all of the open zeh shigvar yotzi. In a case where a person had already, the one who's blowing for himself, he already was yotzi. Tov yotzi shibarchu hashoimim ba'atzma shtei brachas. And it's better that the people who are listening, at least one of the people who is listening, should make the two brachas instead of the person who's blowing for them.
Okay.
Unless they don't know how to make the bracha for themselves.
Oh, okay. Oz Yivarek Bishvilan Lahotzian. So then he says the blessing for them to make them Yotze. Okay. Uminhag haolam lahakel lahotzian b'chol gavne ve'ein limchot bahem Hu ikar medina. So what it's a tradition, it's a general tradition to be lenient, to be yotze, or everyone, all.
Meaning the one who's the minig is that the one who is going to be blowing the shofar for the other people, right? Even if he had in all cases, that he is going to make the bracha. Limchos bechem. Ikar Medina. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's as it's the Pri Chadash and the Gra wrote. Okay. Mi shetnit sapek lo im shama kol shofar onata lulav. Yom Rishon shehu min haTorah. Okay, so one who nistapek.
One who is doubtful from the word suffix. The one who's
right. Doubtful if he heard the shofar, sound of the shofar, and he's in parentheses, or he took the lulav on the first day, which is a deraisa from the Torah, toka ve'eno mivarech. He blows it and does not say a blessing.
Right. If he's with a person who is in doubt, if he heard the sound of the shofar, or in same thing would apply for a lulav. But if he took lulav, right, biyum aleph on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, the first day of Sukkot, which is midoraisa, minatorah, so he should be tokeya. He should in fact blow, but he shouldn't make a bracha.
Okay, Uviyom sheni sheino ella midivrei sofrim ein sarik likoa. So, but on the second day,
Second day Sukkot, second day Sukkot, second day Rosh Hashanah, which is only Medivrei Dirabanan, right? Not Deraisa, right?
Oh,
Then, in
okay,
that
then,
case, he doesn't have to blow or take a lulav at all, right?
okay, right. The suffix, the brace, so free hakel. So if there's a doubt, then we are lenient.
Right. So that'll be a little bit relevant to this year, meaning this year, first day Rosh Hashanah and the first day Sukkot comes out on Shabbos.
Oh,
That means, yeah. First day Rosh Hashanah is Shabbos, and actually, when we'll be probably learning some things which are relevant to that. We'll get to those halachas Be'ez Hashem further down the line. So therefore, the second day is completely midrabanan, meaning this year we are not going to be fulfilling the midst of the shofar nor lulav deraisa. There will be no fulfillment of those mitzvahs according to the Torah.
oh, okay. Wow.
That's also going to make some. That will be so. In Rosh Hashanah, it won't make so much difference, but it'll be it'll have some relevance in terms of sukkahs because there are a lot of halachas with lulav and esrog and ravas and hadassim which are relevant in terms of the difference between the first day, what you need to fulfill the mitzvah in terms of the hidurim and the kumras and the kulas, which are relevant to the four minim, the Dalet minim, and since there are no Doraisas this year, so could be some very significant nafkaminas.
Oh, okay. So I guess we have to go back to the top. I don't think I didn't finish the whole Mishnah there. It says Vayitakat Tashrat Gimel Shlosha Pamim V'Tashat Shlosha Pamim V'Tarat Shlosha Pamim. And the Haggadah says V'Tov Likoa B'Tzad Yamin Im Efshar Likoa B'Kach V'Chein Yachpoch B'Shofar Lemala Shene'emar Allah Elohikim B'Trua. Okay, so those are the different series of notes.
Right.
The Tashrat, the Tashat, and the Tarat.
Tarat, exactly.
Okay, all done 3 times each. And Haggadah says it's good to blow on the right side.
Yes, meaning here. It's good. You should take it with your right. Take the shofar with your right hand.